I just call this the perpetual loop. We have to get out of this perpetual loop. You gotta understand that, right now I'm dealing with situations of my daughter, right? So this for all the people that have kids, you know what I'm saying, or children, because we know that kids is baby goat. But anyway, hey, everybody call each other a goat these days, greatest of all time. So hey, I guess a baby goat ain't bad. So ain't bad after all. But let's get back to the point. Perpetual loop. Right now, like I said, my daughter, she caused some stuff on herself because she didn't, she wasn't doing what I told her to do as far as, being attentive in school. So her grades, her grades lacked. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, she's going to a school that, pretty much is a rough stop. But hey, all the schools out here is really jacked up. You know what I'm saying? The school system is all jacked up. Honestly, I would want to pull her out of school, but I know that it's going to be beef between me and her mother. You see what I'm saying? If it was up to me, she would be homeschooled. But anyway, my point is that, this whole thing called the circle of life, right? Is all designed to, when for example, parents, right, father and mother, when they bring children into this world, right, the whole point, the objective is to, teach the children the right way, teach them a better way, teach them not to make the same mistakes that you made. You know what I'm saying? Teach them that education is everything. And I'm not talking about the education from the construct. I'm talking about self-knowledge, self-education. Get what they're going to give you. Take it, right? Because like I said, you're going to need, when you go to school, the best thing, the only thing I told my daughter, I said, really, the only thing you really need in school is reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's it. All the other stuff, you could just just put it to the wayside. You ain't gonna need all that crap. They lying to you about history. Science is washed up. You know what I'm saying? They're not even gonna teach you the real science. They're not gonna teach you metaphysics in school. You see what I'm saying? Unless you take a class of that. But that's not, we talking high school now. Public schools. They're not teaching that in that. So my point is, what I'm trying to tell her is that, these are the fundamentals that you're going to need. You're going to need to learn how to write. You need to know how to, do math so you can count your money. You know what I'm saying? Read all that stuff, because you're going to be reading every day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be counting money every day. You're going to be doing math every day. Unless you broke. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, what I'm saying is, it's all about teaching the children not to commit the same mistakes that the parents made, so that way the children can grow up and be on that right road to success. You know what I'm saying? You gotta follow the map, like Dora the Explorer. I'm the map. You know what I'm saying? If you take the map to your destination, then you can get to your destination. But see, the problem is, the map is not being passed down like a baton. It's not being passed down. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there is a map being passed down, but it's the wrong map. It's the map of this. It's the map of that leads to destruction. It's the map that your forefathers done followed. We can't be, we got to remix this map. We can't be on the same map. Everybody can't be on Section 8 and on welfare and relying on the government and the systems and, getting weak educations, and nobody's, becoming successful in this circle of life. You understand what I'm saying? We're producing bad fruit because you got one generation, dropped another generation, and then that generation dropped another generation, and everybody else is doing the same thing. Everybody else is struggling financially. You're struggling in the school. Your grades is low. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? In my family, on some real, my family, everybody's dropouts. Everybody's high school dropouts. You know what I'm saying? A couple people might have a GED or whatever, but everybody's basically high school dropout. There is no education going on in my family tree, dog. I'm not talking about my complete family. You know what I'm saying? But majority of them, everybody's stuck in the hood. Everybody's poor. Nobody don't have no education. Everybody waiting on Jesus. Can I get a hello there? You see what I'm saying? You know, that's my family line. And guess what? My family line sounds just like your family line. You see what I'm saying? Your family line doing the same exact crap. Yep. If you're in the hood, if you're in the ghetto, if you're in America, don't matter if you're white or black. You know what I'm saying? We're all basically out here caught up in this perpetual loop created by the beast, created by the orchestrators, these archons. They got our people under mind control. Ain't nobody waking up. Who the hell is waking up? You know what I'm saying? We are stuck in a perpetual loop. We're like the hamster on that wheel. He think he's going to the store. You know what I'm saying? A year went by, he's still running on that damn wheel. He ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So when are we going to break this perpetual loop? I'm literally having arguments with my daughter and her mother about education. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody around me take education serious. It's a game. This is a joke to them. But they don't realize that this whole life, this whole matrix is a game. So how can you beat the matrix? How can you beat a game? You can't go out there and just play football. And if you don't know how to play, man, them professional football players, you see what they have to go through. If you ever get a chance, take a look at what those professional athletes go through to play basketball, football, you know what I'm saying, boxing. You know what I'm saying? They go through hell to be the best. You gotta go through hell to be the best. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that, you already know that what they say, anything that's worth keeping, anything that's like basically gold, you already know you're gonna have to go through blood, sweat, and tears to get it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that don't take education serious. They're not. And then they wonder why they're not successful. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do, of course we're being, I'm not even gonna talk about the targets. I'm just talking about, that, especially here in America, that we do have, we have better opportunities than other countries. So this is an opportunity. Why is it that other people, other children, man, I'm trying to tell you, I watched this documentary a long time ago. You should have seen what these people had to do. Man, it was over some Asian country. They was living in the Amazon. They had to, you should have seen what they had to do to get to school. It was unbelievable. It's something that we could never fathom. You see what I'm saying? And then, these people, if you was in that type of situation, I would be like, the hell with school. These people had to walk miles to get there, climb rocks, shimmy down this stream, get on this zip line to go from one side of the mountain to the other side of the mountain, all to cross this river of gators. Like I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I'm serious. Just to go to school, to try to get some knowledge. They gotta go. You don't understand what other people in other countries would do to get the information that we can get today. The knowledge that we have. We have the internet. Some countries don't have no access to no internet. You can learn whatever. These people basically trying to kill themselves just to get some information, just to get some knowledge. You see what I'm saying? And then here it is, we got schools over here, we got libraries over here, and people, we just take a crap on that stuff. We don't take that stuff serious. You know what I'm saying? And this is probably how maybe karma always, find people. Because I guess people that maybe in this life, you're not taking education serious. Maybe if you die in this life, your next life, you're probably going to be born over there. You might be born over there where education is going to be hard to get. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like life is all about experiencing, certain things, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's like a person that's just lazy. And you don't want to do nothing. But then you got a person that's over here in a wheelchair, trying to sign up for the Special Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy when you look at the situation. This person right here don't even want to lose their legs. They don't even want to use their legs. They got legs. They don't even want to use them. They don't never go for a walk, never go for a run, never ride a bike, never do nothing. And then you got somebody out here with no legs trying their best. They doing push-ups with no legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, go on YouTube. You'll see it. I ain't making this up. You know what I mean? So I think that in that, maybe that person that with no legs in this life, maybe that person was in another life that was lazy as hell and probably didn't even use their legs. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to come to a time, when people, you don't embrace education now, you might be one of those ones that's going to be born into another country where you're going to have to fight to get some education. You're going to have to cross gators, a swamp filled with gators. You know what I'm saying? Like taking a zip line, thousands of feet in the air. I mean, there's no way in the world. I would have been like, if I was the parents of that situation, I'm like, man, hell with school. You're not going to school. But hey, I say that now. You know what I'm saying? But why are they doing that? Why are the parents doing that? Because they want better for their children. That's why. That's why. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You want better. You want to pass on to the next lineage. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, my next offspring, in order for y'all to have a better life, you have to first educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're a dummy, man, how you going to do anything? It's all about being creative and using your gifts. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we need to create this perpetual loop of everybody doing better in every generation. The next generation should be doing better than the last generation. And so on and so on. But look at the patterns that you see in this world. Look at the patterns that you see in the black generation. It's nothing but a pattern of poverty, a pattern of gang stalking, a pattern of we need to rely on the government, a pattern of Section 8 welfare. Ain't nobody doing nothing. You take away the beast, you take away the government, and our butt cheeks will be out. Okay? It's called assed out. You know what I mean? So, people, and maybe, and y'all don't understand too, that was another trap. That's the reason why the beast did that. That's the reason why the beast did that. Gave us, the hand, the lending hand. It was a trap to make you lazy. And you look at these Section 8 hood rats, you know what I'm saying? Out here in the hood, they sitting around just having sex. Because, hey, the white man told them to do it. Just lay on your back, have sex, produce kids. We'll take care of you. We'll pay you rent. Better not be no nigga in the house, though. All right? You know what I'm saying? And I take care of your bills. You better gang stalk. I better see you in a red shirt every day. You know what I'm saying? You better not tell them what's going on either. I'm going to take everything away from you. You see what I'm saying? So, but everybody's cool with this. It's like we cool with this type of lifestyle. Why? Because we are under mind control. We're under mind control. The world is under mind control. The world is already connected to a hive mind. People out here are automatons and they don't even know what's going on. Some of y'all that's watching and listening right now don't even know what I'm talking about. Y'all think I'm speaking Portuguese. I don't even know how to speak Portuguese. Maybe I do. Maybe I just forgot. You know what I'm talking about? What you talking about, Willis? So my point is, we need to get out of this perpetual loop. The perpetual loop. What kind of perpetual loop, D? What kind? The perpetual loop of poverty. Look, I'm recording this video on 8/8. This is the portal, right? Everybody talking about, right? The Lionsgate portal, right? It's all on the web. Everybody talking about the Lionsgate portal, right? I'm recording this on this. This is 10 o'clock a.m. I'm recording this right now. 8/8/24. This is the divine speaking through me. Y'all whoever this video land upon, you want to need to hear this. If you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, maybe you'll understand in another 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because it be like that. It took me a while to wake up too. I ain't just wake up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just wake up. So we need to get out of this perpetual loop. It's time to build and create prosperity for the next generation, the next lineage, the next lineage. You know what I'm saying? Need to be doing better than the last. So that way we can create heaven on earth. And that way this planet won't be hell no more. And we all out here struggling and just uneducated bots and NPCs and automatons and getting sucked up by the beast. And they just using us, you know what I'm saying, as an energy harvest. Sucking our juice, like the movie Matrix, right? Bioelectricity. They're just sucking your juice, draining you. We need to wake up. We need to snap out of this mind control. If we don't, then it's just basically over for everybody. And the planet ain't going to be a decent place to even come back down. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't ever know if it was. You know, I'm of course you got your good. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like there's not decent, you know, life down here is beautiful. It is. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm not going to make it seem like it's all bad. It's not. It's not. If you got a lot of money, man, and you sexy, you healthy, man, you know, you could be living a decent life. It don't matter what, you know, especially if you white, but hey, we ain't even gonna go on the race car, you know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes, you know, white people got privileges now. But hey, I love being a melanated, you know, being down here. So only thing I just need is that wealth, that money. You know what I'm saying? So that way I can, you know, and I just need the bots to leave me alone, of course, get off my back. You know what I'm saying? That'll be, you know, a beautiful thing. But I understand that a bot gonna be a bot. So, you know, and we are in a computer world. And if you are in a computer, then there's an algorithm. And if there's an algorithm, then there's going to be bots and NPCs. That's just the way it is. This is a game. I understand that I'm in a game. I'm the god, I'm the character, and the other people, they're just bots in the way. That's all. And that's just the way it's going to be. The bots are going to always basically be in the way. Why? Because this is a game. You think it's a game? You goddamn right it is. You think it's a game? It's a game. This is a game. The boy told you that Lawrence Fishburne told you that on Higher Learning. He said, this is a game. Big time track star. This whole life is a game. And in order for you to beat this game, you must know the game. You cannot be a good football player. How you going to win? How you going to play for the Eagles and you suck? You know what I'm saying? You got to know the game. You don't know how to play the game. You don't know how to play the football game. Get off the damn field. You in the way. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to play this game down here called the game of life, the circle of life. And number one, education is going to teach you how to play this game. Because once you realize that you're a vibration and that you're absorbing, and I tell people we're like a walking SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just walking out here just absorbing all types of energy. So you got to be careful out here. You know what I'm saying? You need spiritual protection. You better go on, get yourself some crystals and stuff like that. You know, you might be like, oh, that stuff don't work. I'll be thinking the same thing too. But what if it do? What if it do work? And you just think that it don't? You see what I'm saying? So it don't hurt to have it on you. It don't. So, you know, we're you got to understand, man, you know that you are the universe and that, you know, what you take in, it does have an effect on you. So you got to be careful what you put in your eyesight. You got to be careful what you absorb, the energies that you're around. You know, the places where you're putting yourself into. If you like to go to games and stuff with all them people, you know, that's really dangerous. You know, a lot of spiritual people, I don't know if a lot of spiritual people even do things like that. I don't, you know, I never was, you know, a crowd pleaser or nothing like that. But you got to understand there's a lot of energies and you know what I'm saying? You know, these bad energies going to attach to your monkey ass. So, you know what I'm saying? So you better make sure you be doing some incense and some spiritual baths and burn some sage or something. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like sage. Get some incense. It don't matter. Just burn something. Burn some weed, blow it on you. Do something. Give you some type of smoke so you can cleanse your aura. Let's do some binary beats or something, man. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to have to do something to protect your aura, because this world, you know, we're dealing with, you know, weird forces. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, everything do have an effect on you. Everything. Whether you think it doesn't, or it do or don't. You know what I mean? It does. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said, man, I'm going to end this video. I didn't even know it was going to be this long, but it's all good. I mean, it's all good. Y'all keep your heads up. Let's change this perpetual loop. Repeat that again. Let's change this perpetual loop. If we're in a perpetual loop, let's be on a perpetual loop of abundance and wealth and money and a beautiful life. Then maybe you wouldn't mind reincarnating, come back down this joint. If you want to reincarnate into a wealthy family all over again, you see what I'm saying? I would love to come back over and over and over too. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back. I got a diaper on and I got a Lamborghini in the garage. You know what I'm saying? I got a Lamborghini. She yellow. You know, brand new. You know what I'm saying? I got a diaper on. I just got here. Soon as I get big enough, that mine. You see what I'm saying? Like, work. What is that? I'm gonna work on me. I'm not working for no business. I'm the business. You know what I'm saying? What did Jay-Z say? He said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about being in royalty. All this stuff about, you know, all this crap about reincarnating into this perpetual loop of poverty and then dying and getting our mind swiping, coming back. You don't know who you are. This is a curse, yo. You getting reincarnated into family and bloodlines. You getting gang stalked. This is a curse. This is a curse. It's time to break the curses. We got to eradicate the curses, man. You are surrounded by a bunch of bots right now. If anybody that's listening to my joint, you listen to me right now, you understand me, you are the chosen Neo. If you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, you are the chosen Neo. And you are surrounded by a bunch of NPC bots. You see what I'm saying? Everybody around me is bots, so I already know. So if I'm woke, and if you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, then that means you're woke, and you are surrounded by bots too. Because there's only a handful of real, authentic people or gods down here. Gods in physical forms. Okay? The word became flesh. Okay? In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And that word dwelt among the men. And that word became flesh. I am flesh right now. Because I am that word. And you are that word. So act like it. With that being said, y'all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We out this joint, DB Gang Stalker Simulation. The best channel on YouTube. Hit the Cash App up. I appreciate you.